if you're not afraid to look at things differently, and you're not afraid to see the truth, and you're not also afraid to see that what wasn't true in the way you were looking at it, or what could be more true or more honest in a different way of looking at it, you can rise to a new perspective. And if you're not afraid or fearful to truly realize what is absolutely possible, that you believed with all your heart, mind, and being was impossible, then enlightenment is just really easy. If it's difficult for you to let go of those things, then enlightenment can be a little more difficult to achieve. But my intention for all of you is that you hear what we're going to begin talking about tonight, and you really let yourself release from what you believed was true, and you just give what I'm going to teach you a chance to work. Because I told you in the first one, I don't expect anyone to take anything I'm taking on faith. I want you to just practice it, and then just come back and tell me how your life went. And tell me how your form feels, and keep your journals, and tell me how things are resolving and how you're seeing things. I want it to prove itself to you, because the best part about what I'm called to do is I'm not called to prove anything. I'm called to teach you, how to let life prove it to you. And that's what makes the practice so powerful. Because I don't know when the last day of my physical being on this planet is going to be. But I know that if I leave behind a legacy of people that can teach and understand and be examples of the order of life, that's what it's really all about. Because you are all going to touch more and more people with this new energy of order within you. And that's what I'm really jazzed about. That's what I'm really jazzed about. I want to hear someone say, wow, I was in this group of people and I started talking about the order of life, and all of a sudden there was 20 people around me listening, and people were just feeling different as I was talking. I want that experience for all of you, if it's meant to be, if it's God's will. I want it for you. I've had it. I want you to have it, And if nothing else, I want you to have it from within, living your life, seeing the divinity all around you. I want to talk about the different ways that we live, and I want to start helping you all transition from one way of living to another way of living. And again, I'm going to explain what one way is and what another way is, and I'm going to help you understand that one way of living has a lot of really, I don't want to use the word negative, but, has side effects that cause resistance and limit healing, and the other way removes barriers and allows the order of life to be more evident and free-flowing. And so we're going to talk about expansion and resolution, as a way of living, versus reaction and adaptation. Expansion and resolution is what the practice teaches. Reaction and adaptation is what a lower level of consciousness has been doing. And I think we all know on some level that it'll get you by, but it's got a lot of stuff that you don't really need to be going through anymore. If you're in this room, you don't need to be going through it. If you're not, then you might. But I put this list of things up here because I just want to get you being aware. Expansion of consciousness is all about being open to a higher level of awareness. The rest takes care of itself. So I just want you to just look at these things: television, media, religion, science, age, spiritual teachings, experience, emotions, ourselves, parents, siblings, friends, educational systems, pain, disease, suffering, death, loss. These are all things that we have been learning about life from and learning how to live life from. And that's no problem. That's just the way we've done it. And I'm pretty jazzed that I'm being called to just teach you a different way. And maybe it's going to be the way for you, and maybe it's not. And if it is, you'll do it, and it'll work, and it'll become the way you live. And if it's not, and it's not, and that's all good too. I'm not here to change anybody. I'm just here to open people that life's ready to change. I really don't care. I'm in a great place. I just want to open the doors for other people. Okay, so let's talk about reaction and adaptation. Reactive evolution of consciousness. Okay, this is based a lot on oppositic learning, punitive healing, and stress-based response. Well, that's kind of some big words put together, but let me explain them. Oppositic learning means I'm touching something hot and it hurts. Ow, I don't want to do that. I'm walking in a room and the water's falling on my head. I don't like that experience. I'm getting into a relationship with, really hot 25-year-olds and they're leaving me. That hurts. Whatever that type of oppositic issue is, and it keeps being redundant in our life, we're learning something from something not working. We're learning from something not working. Just hear that. We're learning from something that's not working. Does it have value? Yes. Is it going to be useful to some degree? Yes. But do you want it to be your major mode of operation in your life? I don't think it's the wisest decision, but who am I to tell you what's best for you? Punitive healing. Again, going through situations that are punitive and difficult, believing they're necessary, and believing that punitive healing is a part, of life. That life has to stink. And this is what I'm going to get into, a lot of those things that were on the other sheet that have been programmed into all of us. I have to lose weight because I'm too heavy. I have to take care of myself because I'm sick. I have to put up with this job because I'm not good enough to get one that makes me feel good. And if you think these programs aren't running, guys, they are. And the crazy thing is, you're not even conscious of them running. You think it's normal. Well, this is life, right? Well, when you get done listening to me tonight, and as we go through the book and I teach you, it's life, but there's a whole nother life that you can experience. Life is what you allow it to be and what you decide it's going to be. And if you keep deciding it's going to be what you've been taught it is, you're going about it this way. Because most of humanity has been getting through life by surviving it and trying to survive it. When I go further and start teaching you what the practice is going to teach you, it's going to really open your mind and get you thinking in a completely different way. Stress-based response. Mental, emotional, or physical stress causing an issue or a problem that then you respond to. One way of talking about this is, always putting out fires. You go along. Oh my God, that went wrong. You go deal with it. You go along. Oh my God, that went wrong. You're never on top of it. You're always on that little hamster wheel going round and round and round and round and round. And you think that when nothing's going on, when nothing's going wrong, that you should just live on pins and needles until something does, and then you attend to it. And again, can you be productive? Can you be wealthy? Can you accumulate materialistic possession? Can you do a lot of things? Yes, but are you really enjoying the experience? Are you really enjoying it? Now, I agree that life's going to have trials and tribulations, and we're all here to learn and grow. But you know what? I enjoy it. I enjoy it when it's rocking my world. I enjoy it when I'm falling apart, bawling my eyes out, having to get out of Luchitas during lunch today because I'm going through a huge emotional release, and I just have to let it happen. I'm enjoying that. I'm not seeing it as shameful or wrong or anything. I'm seeing it as a gift. I am being healed. I don't care what anybody thinks. I know what it is, and I'm giving myself to it. Again, reaction and adaptation inherently requires, remember, the things we talked about, this is kind of what they include. They inherently require a stressful or uncomfortable situation to bring about a necessary change. Not just within an individual that requires change for evolution of consciousness to occur, but within a group. Therefore, the need for pain, disease, various forms of suffering will be ever present in this form of evolution as long as it's being practiced. It is stress-based, and therefore stress must be present in one form or another to bring change. Can everyone start to get their head around that? It's so simple, but sometimes these simplest things are the things that evade us. If you're living life in a stress-based reaction pattern, you are requiring stress to be present. If you are living life in a punitive, sin-based place, you are requiring sin and punishment to be present. If you are experiencing life, in the pinball of oppositic, you are requiring a level of suffering and resistance of life to be present. Your life isn't doing it to you. You're requiring that level of life to impact you that way because that's how you've decided you're going to expand in consciousness. And what I'm finding, and remember, I'm going to keep repeating this. I am in an amazing place of discovery with this, just like everybody else is. What I am finding is that as people live the practice, symptoms of disease go away. And it's so simple that it's like, how could we have missed it? If we eliminate the need to live this way, okay, and we eliminate the need to have those life do that and create that energy to move us along, it no longer needs to do it. Life wants to love us. Life wants to parent us with love and peace and calm. But if we keep acting like a bunch of little kids and we keep running into things and grabbing things and, getting into things and, wanting to be scolded, because that's the way we've all been raised on some level, with you got to be disciplined and you got to know. And there's nothing wrong with that way. I'm just saying it's time for that way to end. It's time for us to move into a different way of living that does not require life to do this. For so long, I believed it was life doing it to me because of life. I realized, no, life's doing it to me because that's the way I'm having a relationship with it. If you slap your girlfriend or your boyfriend, there's a good chance after a certain number of times, what are they going to do? They're going to slap you back. And when they do it, they're going to say, please stop slapping me. Please stop hurting me. So we have to really, really change the way we're having a relationship. In this reactive adaptive mechanism or way of living, change can only come from fulfilling individual wants, needs, and desires, which are self-based, based on your stimuli and the reaction to them. It's all about, how can I make myself better? How can I make this work? How can I make the pain go away? Even if a group of people are affected, they are affected because that is what you want. So you're always moving from that place of self. I don't want to be in pain anymore. I don't want this to happen anymore. The idea of taking care of family or children or siblings, it's very limited. So if you're dealing with life in this relationship where it's coming at you and it's hurting you and you're trying to take care of everything and you're trying to stay in this stress-based place, you're going to be survivalistic and you're going to have a very narrow view of what you can actually accomplish. I can only take care of these 5 people. I mean, look at this life I got. So your inherent ability to touch more people and change more lives and be more enlightened, it becomes limited simply by the way you are approaching the experience itself. It's self-limiting, i.e., self.